Interested in birding but don't know where to start? You've come to the right place. Birding or bird watching is a delightful pastime that allows you to connect with nature in an intimate way. It's a hobby that requires patience, curiosity, and a keen eye. But don't worry, we're here to help you navigate through your first flight into the birding world. Throughout this video, we'll be your guide, walking you through everything you need to get started. We'll cover the basic equipment you'll need, including an essential guide to choosing the right binoculars. We'll also delve into the art of identifying birds, a skill that will undoubtedly enhance your birding experience. Last but not least, we'll discuss how to record your observations, a crucial part of birding that will allow you to track your encounters and progress over time. Ready to take flight into this fascinating hobby? Let's get started. Scene script. First things first, let's talk about the essential equipment you'll need to start birding. The world of birding is wide and varied, but there are a few key pieces of equipment that are universally important. First and foremost, a good pair of binoculars is essential. Binoculars allow you to observe birds from a distance without disturbing their natural behavior. When choosing binoculars, look for a pair with a strong magnification and a wide field of view. The magnification will allow you to see details on the birds, while a wide field of view will make it easier to locate and follow birds in flight. Next up, a field guide is an invaluable tool for any birder. These handy books are filled with images and descriptions of different bird species, making it easier for you to identify the birds you encounter. When choosing a field guide, make sure it's specific to your region. This will ensure that the birds you're likely to encounter are included. Lastly, in this digital age, there are a number of birding apps available to assist you. These apps often include features like bird call libraries, digital field guides, and even GPS tracking to help you locate popular birding spots. When choosing an app, look for one that has high user ratings and a wide range of features. Each of these pieces of equipment serves a unique purpose. Binoculars bring the world of birds closer to you. Field guides help you identify and learn about the birds you see. And birding apps offer a wealth of resources right at your fingertips. While there are other additional items you could add to your birding kit, like a birding diary or a camera, these three are the foundation of any birding endeavor. Remember, the most important thing is to choose equipment that fits your needs and budget. High-quality binoculars, a detailed field guide, and a feature-rich birding app are all great investments. But they're not worth much if they sit unused because they're too complicated or expensive. With the right equipment in hand, you're one step closer to becoming a birding enthusiast. Binoculars are your window to the world of birds. But how do you choose the right pair? It's not as complicated as you might think. First and foremost, let's talk magnification. This refers to how much closer the bird will appear to you through the binoculars. Binoculars are typically described with two numbers like 8 by 42 or 10 by 50. The first number is the magnification. An 8 by 42 pair, for instance, will make a bird appear 8 times closer than it would to your naked eye. While it might be tempting to go for the highest magnification possible, hold your horses. Higher magnification often means a narrower field of view, which can make it harder to find and track birds. Most birders find that a magnification of 8 or 10 is just about right. Next, let's talk about the second number in our binocular description, the lens diameter. This is the size of the big lens at the front of your binoculars. The larger the number, the more light your binoculars can gather, which means brighter and clearer images. This is especially important if you're planning to bird in low light conditions, like at dawn or dusk. Comfort is another crucial factor. Remember, you'll be holding these binoculars and peering through them for extended periods. They should feel comfortable in your hands and against your face. In addition, they should be easy to focus with a smooth and responsive focus wheel. Lastly, consider durability and waterproofing. You'll be taking your binoculars out into the wild, where they might be exposed to harsh weather conditions and rough handling. Look for binoculars that are well built and rugged, with features like rubber armoring and waterproofing. So when you're choosing binoculars, think about magnification, lens diameter, comfort, and durability. And don't forget to try before you buy. You wouldn't buy a pair of shoes without trying them on, would you? The same goes for binoculars. Remember, the best binoculars are the ones that feel comfortable and easy to use. Now that you have your equipment, it's time to learn how to identify birds. Bird identification is an art that's honed over time, but don't worry, you're not alone in this. Not only do we have the wisdom of veteran birders, but we also have an array of tools at our disposal. Field guides and birding apps are your best friends on this journey. They provide visual aids and detailed descriptions of different bird species, making identification simpler and more accurate. Let's start with field guides. These books are packed with information about various bird species, including their physical characteristics, habitat, and behavior. Some even provide maps to show you where certain birds can be found at different times of the year. You might consider keeping one handy for your birding excursions. Now, on to birding apps. These are like having a digital field guide in your pocket. Some apps even let you record bird calls, which are then analyzed to identify the species. Isn't that amazing? Next, let's talk about some tips for identifying birds in the field. One of the first things to observe is the bird's size and shape. Is it as small as a sparrow or as large as a hawk? Does it have a slender body or a round one? These clues can help narrow down the species. Color is another key identifier. Birds come in a dazzling array of colors and patterns. Notice if the bird has any distinct color patterns like a red chest or a blue tail. Behavior is another crucial aspect. Does the bird hop or walk? Does it fly in a straight line or does it flutter? Each bird species has its unique set of behaviors that can aid in identification. Lastly, consider the bird's habitat. Is it near water, in a forest, or in an open field? Different birds prefer different environments. Identifying birds can be a challenge, but with practice you'll be able to identify different species in no time. Birding isn't just about watching birds, it's about recording your observations too. Picture this. You're out in nature, the sun is shining, and you spot an exquisite bird. You admire its vibrant colors, its unique song, its playful behavior. But after the moment passes, what remains? If you've kept a birding journal, the answer is a lot. A birding journal is more than just a notebook. It's your personal encyclopedia of avian encounters, a collection of stories, sketches, and notes that weave together your experiences with nature's most delicate creatures. But what should you record in your birding journal? First and foremost, jot down the species of the bird. This might seem like an obvious one, but it's crucial. If you're not sure about the species, describe the bird as best you can. Note the color, size, and any distinctive markings. You can always identify the bird later using a bird guide or a bird identification app. Next, record the location. This could be as specific as the exact coordinates, or as general as the name of the park or the city. Over time, you'll be able to track patterns like where certain species tend to congregate, which can enhance your future birding expeditions. Don't forget to note the bird's behavior. Is it singing a song? Is it feeding? Is it interacting with other birds? These observations can provide valuable insights into the bird's life and habits. Now let's talk about citizen science projects. Have you ever heard of eBird? It's a global bird database where birders like you can share their observations. By contributing to eBird, you're not just sharing your findings with a global community, you're also helping scientists, researchers, and conservationists around the world. Your observations can help track bird populations, identify trends, and contribute to conservation efforts. Keeping a record of your bird sightings not only enhances your birding experience, but also contributes to bird conservation. So, next time you're out birding, don't forget your journal and perhaps consider sharing your observations with the wider world. After all, every bird counts. So you've got your equipment, learned how to identify birds, and know how to record your observations. What's next? In our brief yet comprehensive journey, we've covered the essentials of birding. We delved into the basics of birding equipment with a focus on choosing the right binoculars, an indispensable tool for any budding bird watcher. We've also touched on identifying various species, a skill that will undoubtedly grow over time as you immerse yourself more in this fascinating hobby. Just remember, birding isn't merely about ticking off names on a list. It's about immersing yourself in nature and developing a deeper appreciation for the avian world. As a beginner, you may not spot a rare species right away, and that's perfectly fine. Birding, like any other skill, takes time to master, so don't rush. Enjoy each moment, each chirp, each flutter. Remember, birding is a journey, not a destination, so take your time, enjoy the process, and happy birding.